Okay, this is lesson number 4 in our IT 301 web page construction lecture series. Today we are going to discuss how to insert an image into our web page, right? So I am Shant Priyaratna from IT Center. Okay, so why do you insert an image into the web page? Actually, by using image, we can improve the design and appearance of our web page. So that's why we use images in our web page. So in HTML there are tags to do anything. So if you want to do anything, there is a relevant tag. So uh, if you want to insert an image, there is a tag called Img. So by using that Img tag, we can insert image into our web page, right? So basically, Img tag is empty tag. So you know what's meant by empty tag? Empty tag means the tag does not contain any content, right? So since it does not contain any content, they don't have closing tag. All right, they contains only the attributes, right? So Img tag contains attributes only and it does not have a closing tag, right? So let's see the syntax of the Img tag, or how to use the Img tag uh, in our web page, right? So the tag is Img, and then the essential attribute is src, or we call source of the image, or that is the path of the image or location of the image, right? Basically it is URL to image. It can be absolute URL or relative URL, or basically you call absolute path or relative path. And then there is another tag attribute called ALT. Actually, by using ALT tag we can describe the image, right? So first one is src, source. It defines the where to find the image. It may be absolute or relative. And then ALT, that is basically a textual description of the uh, image, right? Because sometimes that image cannot display in the web page. In that time, the by using this ALT, then user can get a idea about the image, right? So once if you set the description, it will be displayed, right? Okay. Then there are some other optional attributes as well. Then there is a attribute. There are two attributes called width and height. So by using width and height attributes, we can control the size of the image, right? So you can set the size in pixels or as a percentage of the web page, right? And then there's another attribute called align. So by using the align attribute, you can align the image in your web page, right? So there's another attribute called border, right? Actually, if you want to set the border, you have to use CSS or style sheets. We can discuss that setting borders in later, right? So okay, now let's see how to insert an image into our web page, right? So for the time being, I have several images in my folder. So I have already created a day 4 folder within IT301 folder. So in here I have a folder called images, right? In here there are a few images are there, right? So for the time being, I open the Notepad application. That's the text editor that we use, and then I quickly uh, create the basic structure of the web page. Now you know what is the basic structure of the web page, right? Header section, and then closing header tag, and the title, and then I set the images as a title, all right, and the body section, and then this is the closing body section. All right, okay, then I save this one as a say uop.html. So this is my file name, uop.html. Then I save this file in day4 folder. Day4 folder. Okay, save this, and then let's open that folder. And then I open this file. Right, doesn't contain any content. All right, then so okay, this is my file. Then I insert first image. Say, you know what is tag? Img, and then source. In here I have to set the path. Right, now you know what is the path, right? So in here, with respect to, this is my web page, uop.html. So with respect to this web page, I have a folder called images. So therefore I can use the relative path images slash, then for the time being I use this one, open theater. So my advice is, once if when you set the path or when you set the file name, so it's better to copy this file name. Right, so otherwise it may be, there may be some mistakes. So therefore I copy this file name. So before that, when you set the file name, you have to consider about this file extension as well, right? So you know how to find the file extension. So you can go to view, right, in view, and then here there is a checkbox called file name extension, right? So it's better to tick this checkbox, then it will be displayed, the that file name, file extension also be displayed with the file name, right? So in here all those are jpg, and then this one is gif. Sometimes that file image extension may be png or tif, something like that, right? So you have to use the correct file extension as well, right? So I copy this file name, so it's easy to copy this. So select the file and then press F2 key from the keyboard, then the name of the file will be highlighted. I select the file name with the extension, and then I copy this and paste in here. Okay, then I save this. Now I open the web page. All right, then I refresh it. Right now, okay, in here you can see the image, right? So then in here I can set the uh, alt, means we can set the description for this image. So I set description, say alt. So this is Professor Ediriveera Sarachandra Open Air Theatre, and I save this. Right, so since image is there, the description is not here, right? So you can set the width and height as well, width and height, right? Width and height, GST. So when you set the width and height, so in here I set the width and height by using the pixels. So now you can see here resolution is 960 to 720, 960 to 720. So when you set the width and height, you have to preserve this ratio, right? You have to preserve this ratio. For example, we can say 480 to say 360, right? Reduced by 50%, right? So with this, so this is width, this is height. So I set width as say 480, and then height is say 360, and then save this, right? I delete this from the web page and then refresh. Now you can see that image size is reduced by 50%. All right. So likewise, you can set the image size by using the width and height. And then there's another attribute called align. So you can align your image by using the align attribute. For the time being, I use that align attribute in here. Actually, this order of these attributes are not important, right? So you can use any order. So by default it's aligned to left side, so if you want you can align it right, or GST right, like this, All right, so I keep this one as left, right, as it is left. Okay, and then insert another image which a different file extension. So in here there is a file called image called programming.gif, right? Then I copy this file name. So you have to use the correct file extension, right? So which is in images folder. So in here I use the relative path images slash programming.gif. Right here you can see this file, right? Okay, and then here I have a URL for the URL for one image, right? So this is URL. So for the time being I copy and paste that URL in web browser. So this is the image. So if you want, you can set URL as a source of the image. All right. So in here img source, right? So you can set a URL of the image, right? So because I found this image from the web, right, from the internet, right? So actually I find this image from the engineering faculty website. So I set that the path or URL and I refresh this. Now you can see that image. All right. Likewise, you can set that path into your source, right? Okay, like this, like that, you can insert images into your web page. So that's the part one of lesson number 4. And then in next part, we can discuss how to insert, how to use image maps in our web pages. All right. Okay. Then let's see it with part 2 of lesson number 4. Thank you.